Welcome back to the Two Guys Named Chris show. Our official attorney is Lisa Lanier. Joins us for Lawyer Up every week on this program about this time. And she was here earlier this week. Fascinating case about Nick Kyrgios, who was at Wimbledon and said to someone in the crowd, someone was heckling him in the crowd, and he said to the umpire, she needs to go. She's drunk. She's had about 700 drinks. They talked about it on ESPN. The woman wound up suing him because they kicked her out. She had not been drinking. And Lisa said Kyrgios, does have a problem because it took place in England, which I was shocked by. Lisa, hello, and how are you?
I'm fantastic. I hope you guys are.
You know, you're doing well. There's another tennis story today that I just saw, and it is about Novak Djokovic, who is pulled out of the U.S. Open now because of the vaccination status. He's not vaccinated and won't be. But, Lisa, do they check? You may not know this. This is, I guess, a little bit of a legal question, but more medical. They won't let him play in the U.S. Open. He's not vaccinated. Do they check the vaccination status of everybody that goes to a sporting event in New York City? Is that how it works? Does anybody know?
You mean everybody that attends a sporting event or participates?
Well, participates I know, but I mean, if he's...
I don't think attendance. I wouldn't think they do, but, he's made such a big deal about this that, he's put sort of a target on his back about it. But, we're starting to see, North Carolina lifted the state of emergency. So I think we're going to start to see that stuff go by the wayside. But
I do, too.
I think it is the athletes, so.
I was surprised, though, that the athletes... I mean, if you've got a crowd of 25,000 people all around you sitting next to each other and you don't check their vaccination status, why the athlete has to be checked? To me, it didn't make much sense. I get it at the Australian Opens in January. Maybe we had a more different issue. It was more of a risk. But now, I think I'd let him play in the U.S. Open if I was... And plus, don't you want people watching the U.S. Open? He's the number one. He's the number one tennis player in the world.
More of an issue with in sort of the governance of tennis, more so than it is the stadium.
Oh, maybe it is.
Although the state of New York at one time was a lot harder on. You had to be vaccinated to attend. That's why the Giants and the Jets loved playing in New Jersey because they had looser restrictions.
But Kyrie Irving, for instance, couldn't play because he wasn't vaccinated in games in Brooklyn. But they had the crowd there, and I can't imagine they looked at the vaccination status of the 25,000 people in the arena.
I was in Citi Field and over the 4th of July in New York, and they didn't check or anything like that. Yeah, it was packed.
And yet players could not go there from like Kansas City. The Royals couldn't go there.
I think that it's more about the league. I think it's the stricter of the NBA for Kyrie.
Oh, you do? Not the city?
Well, I guess
no, because he could play road games. He could play road games.
I don't know.
It was about New York. And Toronto won't let unvaccinated baseball players in there. Of course, it's all over the place. And now I think Lisa's right. We're going to start to drop some of those restrictions. Now, the legal cases we're getting to today on the docket for Lawyer Up, one of them involves art. I'm not an art guy. I don't know what art is.
He's not.
You've been asked.
I've been asked a few times. I'm not sure what art is, but there's a guy named Joe Morford who is an artist in California. He is suing another artist, an Italian artist, Maurizio Catalan, claiming that Catalan stole his idea. Apparently, Catalan made headlines a few years ago when he took an ordinary banana and taped it to a wall with duct tape during an art exhibit in Miami. He sold 3 versions for $390,000. These were actual bananas duct taped to a wall.
I kind of remember this.
Yeah, I do too.
It's a big deal. $390,000. Everybody said, come on.
Who's paying that?
Who's paying that for a banana taped to a wall? Well, this other guy from California, Joe Morford, said, I did that in 2000. He totally copied my idea. I've been taping fruits to walls for I can't tell you how long.
It's my thing.
So now he wants the $390,000 that the Italian guy made on banana art. Lisa, is he going to get it? What are your thoughts?
It's a fascinating case about bananas. It's sort of crazy that this is art, but I posted both works of art on my Lanier Law Group Instagram and Facebook, and what you see is it's the first work of art was not just a banana, but it was a banana and an orange.
Oh, and that changes everything.
Oh my God! And they were fake. They weren't real. They were sculpted.
Have to be.
And they were surrounded in masking tape, not just taped on there with duct tape. And they were on a green piece of paper. there was a lot. This guy, the new guy, he just tapes the banana with the duct tape to the wall, and that's it. So it's
brilliant. Okay, yeah.
Really quick art too. By the way.
I'd say.
And somebody came along and ate it after it was purchased, which was hilarious.
I was going to ask, if you purchase this art, does he come to your home once a week and change the banana?
I mean, the orange will last a lot longer than banana.
Banana's going to last about a week in my house.
That's right. Me too.
You get a better deal buying the first guy's art with the fake fruit.
I'd say, yeah.
But it lasts longer. But so the case it's been very interesting because the original guy, Morford, he is pro se, representing himself, which often tells me that he couldn't find an attorney to take the case, or either that or he was just too cheap to pay one. Mm-hmm. But so he, at first, he tried to serve the defendant at a place where he was no longer living, and he thought he got a default judgment against him, but it turned out the second artist was in Italy, so he got the default overturned. And I read a really fascinating legal analysis from a well-known copyright attorney who says the judge is looking like he may rule in favor of the first artist, and that's getting it really, really wrong. Because it's well-established copyright law that you cannot copyright something like a banana. You cannot copyright, something like fruit. Yeah. And that's just very basic. But what this judge appears to be doing, because there was a motion to dismiss, and the judge ruled against it. So he's ruled in favor of the first guy so far. Mm-hmm. Now, that's just an early motion. But what the judge is saying is that there's this doctrine that gives you kind of an out to that very basic rule of law, which is called the substantial similarity doctrine. And the judge is really hanging his hat, it looks like, on the fact that if you focus in just on the banana and the positioning of the banana and the duct tape, they are substantially similar. So I think the judge may rule in favor of the first artist, but I think ultimately it may get appealed and he may lose because it sounds like he's getting it wrong.
What a dumb thing.
Hear that? The banana gets appealed.
I mean, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard about. Both these pieces are, the fact that somebody paid $390,000 for a banana stuck to a wall. What are we doing? What in the world? Where are we?
Wasteful.
What is going on in this world? I say that a lot. What is happening here? So the first guy, they're going to rule in favor of the first guy, but it's going to be wrong. And so they're going to have to go back and do it all over again. There's another lawsuit today. This involves a food item as well. Well, gum, I should say. Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player of all time. Apparently, a guy named Steven Sparks created a natural gum to manage weight and called it OMG gum. Oh, my gum. He says in a lawsuit that he hired Wayne Gretzky's wife, Janet Gretzky, to be a spokesperson for the product, but eventually Wayne Gretzky made up a lie about the gum, saying that after he chewed it for about 2 months, he lost 35 pounds. Sparks says that was a lie. It boosted the company's stock, which then Gretzky purchased under his family's name, and therefore, Sparks purchased under his family's name, and then when the stock went kaplooey after the Gretzky lie came out, he lost millions and millions of dollars. So he said Gretzky's lie cost him a bunch of money. Am I getting that right, Lisa?
Almost. So what happened was Gretzky bought a bunch of the stock in someone else's name, and what Sparks is alleging, is that this was a situation where he intentionally, lied to inflate after he bought the stock.
I see.
Intentionally lied to inflate the price so he could, buy low, sell high. But then when the lie came out, the stock plummeted, and this Sparks guy lost $10 million. So he's basically accusing Gretzky of securities fraud, and basically it's a pretty common thing that you see happen with stock sales, especially if somebody's out there promoting a stock and then they're buying it, and he could potentially be investigated criminally for securities fraud if there's anything to this. Don't know yet if that's going to happen, but because you really can't do that. You can't sort of surreptitiously buy stock in someone else's name and then go out and do things to drive up the price in an effort to sell high.
Okay.
I love it.
It's like insider trading. It's like insider trading that this is kind of being accused of.
Biggie's totally into it.
I think it's a great idea by Gretzky. Well played. I take my hat to you.
Well, he's the great one after all, isn't he?
Yeah.
And did he really lose 35 pounds by chewing this gum? No.
Well, apparently not.
He lied.
I mean, did he even have 35 pounds to lose? He's a pretty fit guy.
Yeah,
and
he is.
OMG gum.
Yeah, I know. Really. But do you think this guy's going to wind up winning? He did lie about it. You think the guy's going to get his $10 million back?
I imagine they'll probably settle it because I'm pretty sure that Gretzky wants, he's a very image-conscious former athlete, celebrity, and I imagine he'll probably get it settled.
I made more than that.
He's worth $250 million. He's got some room to play.
If I was worth $250 million, I'd give the guy $10 million. I'd just be like, let's get done with this.
That's easier said than
wind
done.
him down, though. I'd say, you want 10, here's 5.
Yep.
Oh, I'd give him 10. If I had $250 million, I'd give him. That's like having $250 and say, here's $10 for something.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do that.
But it's so easy. You don't have to. You don't have to go through all the legal mumbo jumbo.
Depends on how much money he has, because $2 million might be a lot. Say, here's 2, I'll take it.
Maybe, but if he lost 10, I mean, of course he's suing to get that back. But sometimes these guys, I know Gretzky has a lot of money, so he might keep on lawyering. He uses a lawyer to drag it out for a long time.
And be careful talking money. Remember, B.B. Shea has seen your paycheck.
That's right.
Yes.
Did you know that, Lisa? Can I sue him? B.B. Shea.
Unfortunately, if he starts blabbing about it, maybe.
B.B. Shea got to look at my paycheck.
He saw it and he said, "Oh my gum."
6 weeks ago, B.B. Shea saw my paycheck, and it's been awkward between us ever since. Yeah. It really has. There's another story today involving this time a splash park, a water park in Kansas. Apparently, in Goddard, Kansas, there's been a study after dozens of people said they got sick when they visited the park near Wichita last summer. This happened a year ago. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say 21 people visited the park and contracted some bacteria and norovirus, and it made a lot of them very sick. In fact, many got sick enough to go into the hospital, and they are now trying to sue the water park because of the illness. Was it, did they get sick because the water was somehow had a problem?
This park has had prior problems. It's actually been shut down before because of problems with its water filtration system. And here's where I think they were not exactly brilliant in their theme park planning, because it is a petting zoo and splash pad. Ooh. So you basically have animal feces and children playing in water. Imagine that. It's not a great idea.
Oh, God.
What could go wrong?
Is it next to an electric company?
And selling little finger foods, too, probably,
Oh, God.
Let's light it up at night and put lights over the water.
Oh, my God.
What should we do with the goat poop? Just spray it towards the splash pad.
Right.
Put it in the wave pool again. Yeah. It'll be fine out there.
They're washing the animals over there.
Oh, my God.
The donkey took a dump on the splash pad.
That's okay.
It's fine. It'll wash away.
Rinse.
Wash the goats in the wave pool. Oh, no. Yeah, they're in trouble then. They're going to get sued and lose, don't you think?
Oh, they're settling these cases right and left. 3 lawsuits have been filed already, just in short order, and they've settled 2 of them. I'm sure they're going to be settling these things right and left. It's bad.
Goodness, we had a story a few minutes ago. What is the illegality here? A guy was, first of all, really high, okay, and he admits that. He got into an unlocked car, but he says, "I was so high, I had no idea what I was doing." A woman comes out. This is in Rhode Island. She comes out to go to work, drives about 45 minutes to work, while listening to a true crime podcast, doesn't realize that there's someone asleep in her back seat. She parks at her place of business. He starts moaning. She screams, calls police. Police come. He says, "I didn't mean to do anything. I had no idea. I was so high." What is the crime? Is it trespassing, Lisa? We were asking.
Yeah, I think that as long as he didn't threaten her or, commandeer the vehicle, he would just get like a trespassing kind of a charge. And his intoxication is not voluntary. Intoxication is never a defense, so he's out of luck with that. And I'll tell you that I've actually had several clients over the years who were so slammed and hammered coming out of an event that they got into a car and drove off incorrectly. I mean, it's happened several times. I don't know if people leave their keys in the car, or if they literally have had one guy I know. I think the car was like in a valet situation. He came out and got in somebody else's car, and he drove it to the police station and was doing donuts in their parking lot.
Oh, my God. In somebody else's car.
Somebody else's car. So he went to prison for car theft. I mean, it was a huge felony. And he had no idea. I didn't remember a thing the next day.
Oh, my God. That is unbelievable. This guy said I was too high to threaten her. I couldn't. There was nothing I could do. He just wandered into the back of her car.
He's going to be in a lot more trouble if he threatened her.
Yeah.
I've made a terrible mistake. Get me, Lisa Lanier.
Yeah.
That's right.
I've said that a few times.
Yes.
Usually over lawn care. Usually over a poor choice in my landscaping. I've made a terrible decision. Get me Lisa Lanier. Man, I didn't. What about we had a caller say that somebody laid down in the back of his pickup truck, and those guys drove him like 40 miles, didn't realize he was there. He woke up on the highway. They were going 70 miles an hour across Florida, and he woke up and tapped on the back window of the pickup truck.
Excuse me.
He was drunk in the back of that truck. Can you believe
I live in Florida. That's a good way to get shot.
Oh, yeah. You can get shot doing that. Here, this is from Oregon, a state house candidate, a little politics here, Democrat Anthony Medina, who is the current chair of the school board and is running for the state house, is seeking a $450,000 damage settlement with the Woodburn Spa and its owner because he went in for a legitimate massage and they rubbed his genitals. And he said,
Excuse me.
What are you doing?
Unhand me.
He said, unhand me. He said they were 20 minutes into a legitimate massage. That's what he thought. And at about the 20-minute mark,
it's usually when you're done.
That's when she started rubbing his gents.
Yeah?
And he did what Biggie just said.
Unhand me.
So she unhanded him and moved to his feet for another 10 seconds and then raced out of the room. And he said, this won't stand. So
Worst massage ever.
So he's
Come on.
He's suing for $450,000 now, legitimately saying, look, I wanted a real massage here. And apparently this place is not on the up and up to begin with. Is he going to win all that money just for that? Lisa, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he's only asking for $450,000 because this guy, apparently he was sexually molested when he was 10 years old. And this has triggered all that, and it's really brought back. So it really put him in a bad mental state, having sort of all that come flooding back. And it turns out that this was not even... So, you have to, in a massage business, because there's plenty of legitimate massage businesses, the majority, you have to be licensed. This person was not licensed. And in fact, what they think was going on, according to him, was that he's actually alleged that they were involved in prostitution and human trafficking. They think that these people were, and this is a thing where you have the few massage therapists out there who are not legit and who are looking to, go to take it in a sexual direction. That's the kind of stuff they'll do. They think, they usually do it to men, and they'll, start touching their genitals, and they, if the guy responds, then they can, charge him for some sexual thing. So that's kind of what he thinks was going on here. But he's made a lot of serious allegations. If they're true, I would think he would get more than $450,000.
Wow. Nobody better not ever touch me while I'm on the table at a massage parlor.
Don't worry.
I can tell you that. I'll tell them up front, I'm not here for the genitals.
Good, because they're not on the menu.
Can you imagine being the girl having to give the massage and you don't know what the hell you're doing?
I know.
Because he's expecting a real one, so you're just like, here, rubbing his shoulder.
Yeah, just poking around.
Yeah. Then he's in a ton of pain.
Are you going to flip over or not?
I thought this was a legitimate massage.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So you think he could actually get more money out of that? It's possible, I suppose. Plus that
I think so.
Yeah, and the childhood trauma thing.
Yeah.
That is really
But the
rough.
question is, I bet the massage parlor doesn't have $450,000.
They may not.
No.
They may not.
That's right. That's probably the truth. That's it for Lisa Lanier. She's online, as you heard, lanierlawgroup.com or hireaheavyweight.com. She's always here. Anytime we need questions, need answers about any kind of legal situation, and for Lawyer Up on Fridays. Lisa, always good to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend.
You as well. There she goes.